Hi Pisces and Pisces Rising, here is your horoscope for June 2025. I'm Astrologer Joseph Anthony. We have a huge month ahead, and this is because 4 planets are going to switch signs. And so they're all going to be affecting you in some way, somehow. We have Venus that's going to leave Aries, go into your 3rd house of communication. We have Mars that's going to leave Leo and go into your 7th house of relationships. We have Mercury that's going to leave Gemini and go into your 5th house of love and creativity. We also have Jupiter for the first time in 12 years making a move going into the 5th house. So as you can see here, there's going to be a lot of action going on in this month's chart. And also, Jupiter will be getting involved with Neptune, your ruler in the 2nd house. So there's going to be a decision that needs to be made here regarding a family dynamic or a new creative project that you're working on. And so there's going to be many choices to be made this month. Now, the energy is going to be very motivating. So you're going to feel a little edgy, you're going to feel a little off, and it's going to push you in a new direction. So you're one of the signs that could be very heavily influenced by this energy, this cosmic energy. So you're going to feel this energy start to build and build and build, and it'll start in your mind, and then it'll start moving throughout your body. Okay, so let's take a deeper dive and see what's going on here. So before we start that, this reading is for anyone who has a Pisces rising or is a sun sign Pisces. It's a very general, basic sun sign reading using Western tropical astrology, using the whole house systems. Okay, your birth chart and your birth date could be completely different from this, and so again, I have to be very basic and general. So we start off the month on June the 6th with Venus entering our home sign of Taurus. Now, Venus rules Taurus and Libra, and so Venus in Taurus is about getting back to the basics. It's the simple part of life. It has to do with beauty and aesthetics. Venus in Taurus has to do with the values in our lives. It has to do with money and finance. And so you're going to be thinking a lot about that this month as Venus makes its way through the 3rd house. And this will last for about 5.5 weeks or so as Venus makes its way here. So this is suggesting more beauty in your life, slowing your mind down where you could relax a little bit and start to really pay attention to what's real, enjoying yourself a little bit more. And so it's, like I said, it's about getting back to the basics. So keep that in mind as we start off the month. Now, Mercury enters Cancer. Now, this is a little bit of a tricky one because Mercury is about thinking and communication, and Cancer is about feelings, something that you understand very well. So Mercury in Cancer is going to be about what are you sensing? What is your intuition saying? Not your mind, but your intuition. And this is going to be in the 5th house of creativity. So your mind and your emotions are going to be really strong as this Mercury makes its way through this 5th house for the next 3 weeks or so. So you're going to be really thinking about new endeavors, new projects. Maybe you're thinking about your children if you have children, and maybe you're thinking about nostalgia and the past and relationships. This is all going to be the theme as Mercury makes its way through this 5th house of creativity and love, and also about having fun. Now, Jupiter will do the same thing around the same time. The following day, Jupiter enters Cancer. And here it is for the first time in 12 years and entering the 5th house. Now, this is a very creative alignment. Jupiter does very well in Cancer. It's exalted, so it means its energy flows very nicely in the sign of Cancer. So Cancer is an emotional sign. Cancer is a home sign. Cancer is the foundation. It is the family sign. So you find yourself either spending more time with friends and family in the course of the next year as Jupiter makes its way through this 5th house. Maybe you're spending more time with your children. Maybe you have a creative project that you're working at. Maybe you have a new business working from home. Maybe you have real estate, maybe land, whatever it is. This is going to amplify all that energy in the coming year as it makes its way through this 5th house. So this is the beginning stages of something very important for many of you, regarding your foundation, regarding your family, regarding your current environment. So keep that in mind as this energy gets activated. Now, the full moon in Sagittarius on the 11th is going to highlight your 10th house of career and status. It's going to be at 20 degrees of Sagittarius, opposing the sun in the 4th house. So this is going to be this push and pull between, do I want to go out and do things and be seen and heard? What do I really value? Is this what I want? Do I want to travel? Or do I want to stay at home and enjoy my current life and my current situation? And so there's this push and pull when we have full moons. But it's in Sagittarius, which has to do with the philosophy on life, your meaning, your purpose, your religion, politics, all falls under this umbrella of Sagittarius. So maybe you're being seen for something very important. Maybe you're doing something with the public. This is all going to be highlighted with the full moon in Sagittarius. Maybe you need to make a decision about a real estate matter or something to do with your home. This is all going to be highlighted. So again, whatever the choice is in your personal life, you will need to be making that decision. Now here we see the first of a couple of squares with Jupiter. Jupiter is your co-ruler. Before they discovered Neptune, Jupiter was assigned to Pisces. And so here we see Jupiter square Saturn. And there is Saturn at 1 degree of Aries. There is Jupiter at 1 degree of Cancer. And so this is about a decision, something about a financial matter, a choice about moving land, or something to do with a child, or maybe they're moving in, moving out, maybe they need money for buying a house, something along those lines. And again, when we're talking about values and what do we believe in? What is it that's real? Is this a real decision? Is this something I really should do? You're going to be questioning that, because Jupiter wants to expand while Saturn likes to contract and restrict. So you could see the dynamics here of these two at odds with each other, of kind of battling each other for supremacy, so to speak. And so you'll be needing to make a decision around this time. Now, in between the squares, Mars will go into Virgo on the 17th and 18th, right there. Now, Virgo is your opposite sign, and it is in your 7th house of relationship and other people. So Mars in this alignment is going to bring in either a new person or several new people into your life that you'll be interacting with, or a need to communicate with others about this decision that you're thinking about making over here. Or a family dynamic that could be on the table as well. So there's a lot of sort of energy around the middle of the month, building towards a new endeavor or a new person that comes into your life, or some project that you're working on that you really need some help with that could actually help you out in some way. Now, on the 18th and 19th, Jupiter will be squaring your ruler Neptune. Now, this could be, again, a confusing time as Jupiter wants to expand, and Neptune is more than willing to expand, maybe in an unrealistic way. So this is a softer alignment than the first one, Jupiter squaring Saturn. So this is about, am I really doing this? Is this what I really want? Do I really need to change? Or is this person in your life causing you angst and anxiety in some way, and they're needing to change? So there is this very interesting dynamic here between Jupiter squaring Neptune. It could be a bit confusing. So maybe don't make any major decisions on this day or around this time. Okay, from like the 15th on. Wait until the sun enters Cancer on the 21st. There might be a better time for decision making. But this could be a confusing time. This could be something to do with finances and investments also that come to light. Now, of course, on the 20th and 21st, the sun enters Cancer, as it normally does this time of the year in the northern hemisphere. And we see the energy building up this 5th house of creativity, and something new is evolving here. And Cancer is a water sign just like yours, so you're right at home with this type of energy that's being activated here for many of you. And so this could resolve issues. This could, you could come to terms with understandings. This could have something to do with the home, the family, the foundation, your children, because it's Cancer, the sign of stability. It's the sign of, wanting the home life and emotion. Could be a very emotional time for many of you, one way or another. The new moon is also in Cancer on the 25th. It'll be at 4 degrees of Cancer, wherever that is in your birth chart. And it's favorably aligned to Mars, a tricky alignment to Saturn and Neptune, which again is showing me something new with either a new relationship a new project, a new home project, something that you're excited about, something that maybe you're working with one of your children or a family member, or you're doing something with real estate or land. This is going to be highlighted here at this time during this new moon in Cancer. And finally, we have Mercury entering Leo on the 26th and 27th, right there in the 6th house of health and service and daily routine. And this will amp up the energy of creativity, because Mercury does work very well in Leo. And so you might find yourself with more creative projects, analyzing small details in order to get them correct, focusing on bettering your health in some way. And so this is going to help you quite a bit with that process. So the end of the month looks a whole lot better than the middle of the month, let's put it that way. But there's a lot of energy this month to motivate you forward. Anyway, there's the general overview. If you like this reading, I do more in my private community. I do the extended horoscopes there. So consider joining. There's a free 7-day trial. And there I do also the weekly astrology overview, so you have an idea of what's going on during the week. And of course, I teach astrology in the community, and every Sunday we are on a Zoom call and the members interact. We get to talk, and some of them send me their birth charts, and I answer a few questions for them, and we have a good time. So anyway, I left the link down below. Hopefully we'll see you in the community, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.